Hello, today I'm going to showcase how to leverage Tatango's campaigns to power your automated renewals and upsells. So to get to campaigns, you're actually going to click on the left navigation panel, and I have a couple of campaigns that I've already prepared that I'm going to walk you through. The first one we're going to focus on is an upsell campaign, and specifically, my upsell criteria is going to look at high license utilization. Again, for your particular use case, you could have different types of utilization setups based on different variables. In this particular use case, I'm going to look at specific users, so licenses, as far as how many seats somebody purchases with you for this particular upsell campaign. So the campaign that I have decided to use is going to be build your own custom campaign. That's the one I'm selecting. I'm going to press continue. My criteria for my particular utilization license utilization campaign is going to be a paying customer who has had license utilization of at least 90% in the last 14 days. And I also only want to send this email to my key contacts. I don't want to send it to just everybody. I want to send it to the key decision maker. If I needed to change anything in my decision criteria or my filter conditions, I can simply click on the editor and specify my modifications. So once I have identified my segment, I can quickly audit to see who the customers and users will be, just to make sure I'm doing the right definition. And I can also see the preview of my segment, how many users are going to get this email, how many accounts, and what's the total revenue distribution. Then I can press continue. I'm actually not going to specify a goal in this particular case, as this is just a license utilization upsell campaign. If I was doing some sort of feature adoption type of message, then I would have probably added some goals to specify thresholds for how much I would want my users to use a specific feature. But in this particular case, I do not need a goal. My next step is going to be actually to customize my email subject and the body of my message. So my email subject, I'm just playing around. I'm making it pretty simple, but I'm saying team growth and expansion, let us help. I can specify who the message is coming from, so you can send it directly from your success manager, or maybe this is a sales responsibility, so you can actually power this message and have it come from the sales manager that's assigned. If for some reason there's no success manager or sales manager, you can have a fallback name and email address. And then the next phase is just to customize the body of your message. So what are you saying to this customer? What's the right message to that customer at that particular time? So what I'm saying here is I've noticed that the team has been growing. How can we help? What I'm also doing is actually infusing the data into Tango and specifying to the customer how many licenses they have. To do that, what you can do is click on this add data and then select the specific attribute that you're looking for. So when I do that, if I put my mouse and have my spot over here, I can click add data, and then I can find that specific attribute for license. So this is what allows me to actually infuse that data point directly into my message. So there it is. So that's an example of how you can get data that is meaningful and specific to that specific customer inside the body of your message. So I'm asking them to, to look for a bundled package that contains 5 seats. I can provide a link for them to go to and actually do the upsell automatically, so they can actually subscribe and get more seats without you even having to have a conversation with them, simply with the power of Tatango's campaigns message. I will sign it from my success manager or a sales manager, whatever is appropriate. And then from here, I can actually preview my message to make sure everything looks good, that all my text is formatted how I'd like it, that all my data is displayed correctly. I can test all my links. I can also send myself a test message. And when I'm comfortable, I can execute and launch my specific campaign by scheduling it. So I can schedule it once, schedule for later. And actually, for this particular one, I would want it to be an ongoing campaign, because I would want anytime there's a customer that is above their license utilization of 90%, I would want this message to go to them automatically, so that they're prompted to upsell directly on their own without having an individual intervene. So that's my campaign. I'm going to schedule it for later. I'm going to give it a date. I'm going to select my time zone, and then I'm going to press on continue. And then this will tell me that my campaign is going to start. And when I enable it, now that I'm now I'm done, and I know that my campaign is going to be launched in the next 19 hours. The next campaign I wanted to focus on is a renewal campaign. So in certain cases, renewals are non-issue. They happen automatically as the contract approaches expiration. In certain cases, there's a conversation that needs to happen. And maybe in certain cases, maybe there doesn't need to be a conversation. Maybe this can be something that is an acknowledgement of the situation, and maybe there's a way to actually do some unique programs around a more of an automated renewal, if applicable to your business. So in this case, we're going to have a renewal campaign. Again, I'm going to use the build your own custom campaign for this. I'm going to look at customers that are paying. Contract renewal date is in the next 60 days. And again, I only want to message to my key contacts because they're the ones that make the decision and are the authority on signing the any order forms. I can click on continue here. Again, I'm going to skip the goal. And now is my place to customize my message in my email subject. So I'm simply saying, let's plan for renewal and gain more features now. And in the text of my message, I'm actually saying that I wanted to reach out with some new features. So I wanted to encourage this customer to go through a program that we may have, and the program is to renew early. So if they renew early, they gain some additional features and functions. That's just a more creative way to make sure that I secure renewal early on without waiting for it to actually come up. That's kind of a nice tactic to maybe consider if you have the ability to do that with your customers. Again, this could be an automated renewal. Customer can go to a place where they renew with a link and get everything completed automatically without having to have a conversation, if appropriate for your business. Again, I can preview this to make sure all the data falls into place. All of my information is the way I'd like to display it. I can send myself a text message, and then I can also add any other data, as I showed you earlier. If there's any other information that you would want to show within this message, either on the account level, so any attribute on the account level, and then also specific to the user level. So if there's any relevant data that is being sent to Tatango, that would be important to include in the message, so it's precise and relevant to that individual account and user. It's very easy to get that in by clicking on Add Data. So once I'm ready with my campaign, again, I can continue, and my next phase is just going to be scheduling. Again, I would want this to be an ongoing type of renewal campaign. Once I've scheduled it as an ongoing, I can click on continue and I can enable it, and my campaign is actually going to be launched right away because I didn't set it up to be scheduled for later. I set it up to be launched right away. I hope this session was valuable. If you have any questions about this, you can reach out to us or directly to me, Cecilia@tatango.com, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.